Thursday, April 24th. We start our meeting with a moment of reflection, prayer, or have a moment of silence to think of those less fortunate than us. Please join me. Thank you. We'll have Michael Story lead us in the flag salute, and I'll lead us in the four-way test today.
Please join me as we salute our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in the four-way test of the things that we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? You may be seated. We got several guests in the room.
Maybe we should have this guy lead our flag salutes. He's in uniform, but Lisa will let you introduce your guest.
Members, please, quiet, please.
Don't make me call the room to attention. I'm just kidding. This is my husband, Chris. I'm really happy he can join me here today. He's stationed up at Tinker. He is on year 18 of active duty Air Force service. He's done a lot of flying and currently flying a desk.
No Top Gun mustache or anything? No, not yet. All right. All right. Karina.
Hey guys, this is John Button. He is our newest technician. He's our Microsoft 365 expert, and I'm excited for him today.
When you were talking about OneDrive, this is OneDrive.
This is my friend Holly Pepler. She's with Strategic Benefit Partners. She helps small to medium business owners provide benefits to their employees. Thanks for having me.
This is my guest, Mary Jenkins. She's a retired attorney from AT&T, OCU, and a number of places in the city, and has retired to Norman, and she was in Club 29. And when I found that out, I invited her to come and join us. Mary Jenkins, because we tap dance together Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Mary, like I said, we don't have the dessert bar that 29 has, is that okay? If you have not made up the 29, you've got to go eat the dessert bar. So, Liz, you have a guest dish.
I do, but not for long.
Okay.
So we're gonna hold off on that, but I'm gonna move over to Rick McKinney with Student of the Month.
Sit up, ladies. This is their last Thursday with us, and we're so glad that they've been with us all month. And then I invite all of you to join us next week as we announce the Students of the Year. But today I've got Lucy Kershaw from Norman High School. I'll start with Madeline Smith from Norman North. Could you just reflect a little bit on the last month you've had with Rotary? But more importantly, what have you learned about our club and our organization that just impressed you?
Hi, I'm Madeline, and I've been the Student of the Month for April, and I really like coming to the meetings every week and getting to meet all of you and talk to everyone. And well, my grandma was part of Rotary in Ardmore, and so I knew a little bit about it, but I really liked coming to these meetings because I get to know more about all of your leadership and community involvement, and it's been really great, and I really enjoyed coming. And thank you for having me as a Student of the Month.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm from Norman High. I've also really enjoyed my month at Rotary. Next year, I'm planning to study history. I want to be a history major, so I got to hear a lot about the history of Rotary clubs, specifically in the nation and also in Norman, which I thought was really cool and interesting. to hear the history of like community service and community involvement in our own town, which I think is great. And I really liked hearing about all the leadership and the service that the club does, because I think that's really important. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciated being able to come this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Quote of the day is, "Old ways won't open new doors." With that, we have announcements to make. First announcement, I need Dan to please come to the front. As you'll see on some of your tables, Dan has an announcement about a tourism luncheon, and we think that it's such a great topic. We moved our vocational tour to the hospital for a few months, and we are supporting going to the tourism luncheon. So there will not be a Rotary meeting, official meeting on May 8th, because we want Dan to make the announcement about what you're going to hear about on May 8th at the tourism luncheon.
Yeah, thanks, Liz. So, May 4th through the 10th is National Travel and Tourism Week. We always host an annual tourism luncheon. Typically, I try and do it on Tuesday or Wednesday to miss Rotary, but the panelists can only come that day. You know, I grew up in Edmond, in the Oklahoma City area, and if you would have asked me back in the 90s, will Oklahoma City ever be a big league city? I'd said no. You know, now seeing the Thunder here and how successful they are is just amazing. We've taken the next step, or will be, in 2028, Oklahoma City is hosting portions of the Summer Olympics. We're getting some of the canoeing and rowing, as well as softball. That's going to impact the entire region. There'll be spillover with Patty Yasso being Team USA's coach. There's going to be teams down here practicing and using Norman as a base camp. We're going to see all kinds of visitors and impact. So for that May 8th luncheon from 11:30 to 1, we're having a panel from Oklahoma City and the local organizing committee for the crew that brought the Olympics here. So Adam Wisniewski, who's the director of, or vice president of sports, executive director of USA Softball, and then the founder of River Sports will be hosting a panel discussion on those 2028 Summer Olympics. It should be a really cool event. And you have flyers at your table. Scan the QR code, or there's a URL that you can go to, or just text me and let me know, and we'll get you on the list to come. But please sign up and come to that if you're able. It should be a lot of fun.
Wonderful. Talking about having fun, after hours is tonight at the Mont. So it's beautiful weather, the rain's over, and it's going to be a great weekend leading up to Norman Music Festival starting tonight. So come out to the Mont from 5 to 7, bring your friends. It's just a nice social time with the fellow Rotarians. So district conference, if you have not signed up yet, please sign up. It's May 3rd and 4th, and it's going to be also a lot of fun with other Rotarians. And we are going to be awarded some awards at the foundation dinner that Saturday night. So if you can't attend anything else, but you can come down for Saturday night's foundation dinner, come to that, and we'd love to see you. So it's on all of your newsletters, it's on our website, it's on our social media. You really can't miss out on that. And while Calgary came up, it's not too late to sign up for the Rotary International Conference in Calgary, so as well. And with no further ado, I'll have Elliott Springer come up to the front, please. Elliott's a good friend of mine, and I'm so glad he was interested in becoming a member of our Rotary Club, and so today I'm going to induct him into our club. Very excited. On behalf of the members of the Norman Rotary Club, I'm delighted to extend a warm welcome to our newest member, Elliott Springer. Joining Rotary is not just about becoming a member of our club, it's about becoming a part of a global community dedicated to making a positive difference in the world. As a Rotary Club, we uphold the values of service, integrity, diversity, and leadership. We are united in our commitment to improving lives locally and globally through our various service projects and initiatives. Elliott, we are very excited to have you join us on this journey of service and fellowship. Your unique skills, experiences, and perspectives will enrich our club and contribute to our collective efforts to create lasting change. As you embark on your Rotary journey, you will have the opportunity to connect with fellow members, participate in meaningful projects, and engage in activities that align with your passions and interests. We encourage you to take full advantage of all that Rotary has to offer and share your ideas and aspirations with us. Once again, Elliott, welcome to Norman Rotary Club. We are thrilled to have you as part of our Rotary family, and we look forward to working together to make a positive impact in our community and beyond.
Birthday girl first.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Mona.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Excited.
One funny thing before I turn it over to our guest speaker. Yes, Mona, happy birthday. I know you love the spotlight. But on that note, on there it says, anniversary, happy anniversary. And I went over to Stephen Crandall earlier and said, my Rotary anniversary is 19 years, not 13. And he said, that's your wedding anniversary. I said, oh yeah, that is my wedding.
Good afternoon, everybody. So it really is a distinct pleasure for me to introduce our guest speaker. I work with him at OU in the OLLI program, and I'm going to let him explain what that means. And he's going to talk to us about that. Some of you have been his clients, so to speak, as students in this program at the University of Oklahoma that you may or may not be aware of. And it's a great opportunity to continue your adult education. So without further ado, I'd like to please welcome and introduce Chris Elliott. Here he is.
All right, can you hear me okay on this?
You want to walk across?
Okay. If I can walk, I can't walk and talk at the same time. All right, thanks for having me. Happy birthday, Mona. Where's Mona? Happy birthday, Mona. I kind of like to start out before I get into exactly what OLLI is. Who's heard of OLLI? Before today, who's heard? Okay, a bunch of hands went up, and that's great because for the last 26 years, standing too close, I got some feedback there. For the last 26 years or so, we've been building this program, and I come and speak, and no one would raise their hand, and then I would be really embarrassed. So it's nice to see that quite a few of you have at least heard of the program here at the University of Oklahoma. What it is the OSHER Lifelong Learning Institute at the University of Oklahoma. It's got to be the longest name on the campus, so we just shortened it down to OLLI, O-L-L-I. Makes it a little bit easy. I'm going to kind of get into the history of what we have done, and what we're doing, and why we are doing it. So we're going to start out with just a little bit of an educational component. I promote you, so we have to have some kind of educational component, or they won't let me come. So here we are. As we all know, our population is getting older. Our baby boomers turned, the last group of them turned 50 in 2014, so that's what, 11 years now. We are living longer. Guys are living almost 79 years, ladies who are living longer than us, and most of us are retiring around the age of 64. That's a big gap in the time that we retire to the time that we expire. I'm not on the same page. So what are we going to do with that time? We have discovered, and unless I don't necessarily mean OU, the scholars have discovered the importance of lifelong learning. I think we've sort of known it all along, but traditionally people think, oh, well, we get up and we go to kindergarten and we go to high school and we graduate and we might go into college and grad school, et cetera, and then that ends our education, at least our formal education, right? Well, Bernard OSHER, we're going to talk about him in a minute, discovered that that is not the end of education. Education is forever. It goes on your entire life. And so, especially as you age and once you retire, you lose a lot of what the education is. You lose a lot of things that are important to us as human beings. You retire at 64, and if you're like most of us, you work 40 hours a week, or if you're like Rob, you work 15 to 20 hours a week. But you do see people every single day. You have a social network, you have things like that. But when you retire, a lot of that goes away. And so the importance of lifelong learning is not so much to get a degree, or an advanced degree, or to get a job promotion. It is just learning for the sake of learning. So the importance of lifelong learning, continuous building of knowledge, includes attitudes and behaviors. A lot of it is social. We're not just here to talk about Arctic security or whatever it happens to be the classroom taking. We're here to socialize, much like you all do. Come together once a week to socialize and make a difference. Let's see. Why should you care about this? Because you want to live longer, right? And part of living longer is being a productive member of society, learning things. You're happier. Education sharpens the mind. It can kind of keep you with interpersonal skills. You get to socialize a little bit. Just kind of more of an enriching life. I was sitting at the table with your president, and she mentioned work-life balance. And while a lot of the OLLI members aren't necessarily working, this is a balance in the life of what you're going to do when you retire. So what are you going to do with all that time? There's a lot of things, there's a lot of demands on people's time when they retire. There's civic engagement, there's volunteering, you can travel, and then there's OLLI, there's your continuing education. So before we go into exactly what all we do, I kind of want to give you a little bit of history about the program and where we started and where we are today. We started in 1989 on the campus of the University of Oklahoma in the College of Continuing Education, kind of down south of the Tower or south of it in that area. It was a very, very small department. It was called Senior Adult Services. We ran a program called Mornings with the Professor that was created in 1989, still around today. We'll get into that in a second. We were a host site for Elder Hostel. Who remembers Elder Hostel? A few hands. It has morphed over the years. What it was a program on college campuses worldwide where folks would come in and learn about whatever it was going to be. They kind of played to the strengths of what the area was. So for Oklahoma, we played to the strengths of our Native American heritage, right? So we had a lot of classes and programs on the rich Native American history here in Oklahoma. After 9/11, Elder Hostel was a huge hit. It was very difficult to travel. It was basically shut down. And so they sort of disbanded and then come back together, and they're now known as Rhodes Scholar. They built back up. But we were a host site for that. And so we were offering some classes on the Norman campus. The morning for the professor, we were offering probably 5 or 6 of those. And Elder Hostel, we were doing 2 or 3. I started with the program in 1989, so I've been there 26 years now. It was small. We were still doing Elder Hostel. We were doing mornings with the professor. I was going to grad school. And so the first thing I did was I developed a program called the University of Oklahoma Book Club. Who remembers Rufus Fears? A few of you have been around long enough to remember Dr. Fears. Dr. Fears is a great historian, an amazing professor. Our new graduates loved him, OLLI folks loved him, and he taught for us for a long time. Then in 2006, I applied for a grant through a program in San Francisco, California called the Bernard OSHER Foundation, the OSHER Lifelong Learning Institute. This gentleman really was forward-thinking in what baby boomers were going to do once they retired and once they hit that magical age of 50 and were ready to do some other things. Kids were growing up. They were steady in their jobs, maybe going into retirement. So he set up these OSHER Lifelong Learning Institutes all over the nation. First one was at the University of Southern Maine, and they have expanded to every single state since then. There's 125 of us nationwide. Every state has one. Oklahoma has 2. There's one at OU and there's one at OSU. I'd like to say there's no competition between the 2 of us, but that isn't true. We always know there's a little bit of competition between the 2 of us. But I will say every single OSHER program nationwide is outstanding, and that includes OSU's and the University of Texas. They're all really good. They're all very different. What we do at OU is different from what they do at OSU and Texas, California, et cetera, et cetera. But the heart of it is programs for adults age 50 plus. And however they do that, whenever they do that, it's kind of up to them. At OU, we're on a college campus, we're on a great big college campus, in fact, and so we like to have our classes by and large taught by OU faculty. Rob is one of those. He's an outstanding faculty member. David Sabatino, he is right there. He's another outstanding faculty member that teaches for the Elliott program. Some of our classes are taught by folks that are not university faculty. They're kind of community members that have a specialized area that they have studied for years or just a big hobby. Cal Hobson, for example, former state senator, teaches for us, very popular professor. Well, he likes to be called professor, he's not a professor, but he's like a very popular instructor for us. He's done a great job. So we have different folks, we'll kind of talk about that in a second. Our classes are always non-credit, there's no quizzes, there's no tests, there's no homework, for the most part. I will say, Rufus, back to him again, he was doing book club, and they were really studying and doing some things, and the Ollie members asked him one time, hey, could you give us the test that you give your undergraduate students? And he did, and no one has ever asked for a test again. Because he actually graded them and gave them that bad, and it was not good. But it was fun, and that's what it is. Kyle Harper, who's an outstanding faculty member at OU, used to be our provost, has taught the program for a long time, and calls Ollie learning in its purest form, and that's really what it is. They're not trying to move on in life, they just want to do some different things. My job is to offer these classes to members, to the community, to folks who want to continue their lifelong learning. So we have a membership program. That's one thing that all Ollies nationwide have in common. Everybody has to be a member. Our membership costs $55 a year, but that's unique to us. There are some in California that cost about $2,000 a year, and I don't know what they get out of that $2,000, but I hope it's something really valuable. Ours is just 55. We provide classes in different formats, including online. We were never online before COVID, and then in 2020 we pivoted very quickly to online, to Zoom specifically. And then out of that, we've gone back to mostly in-person learning, but we are still offering some classes online on Zoom because we have now picked up members that don't live in Oklahoma. They live in other states. There's some in Virginia, some in Arizona, Nebraska. We have a former OU faculty member, and I guess still a current OU faculty member, that teaches from Israel. He doesn't even live in the United States, and he's outstanding. So we still have that for folks. I often like to say that we have something for everyone, whether it's the type of classes that we offer, or the formats that we offer, the locations that we offer. We kind of try to have something for everyone. We change everything every single semester. So on your tables, you have the spring catalog, which I know we're wrapping that up. Our fall one is being printed literally as we speak. But our classes will change every semester. We offer about 50 classes every single semester between the Norman campus, the Oklahoma City campus, the online program, and then the new Norman Adult and Wellness Education Center. Remember that, we have some classes out there as well. But they change every single semester. We'll have a lot of the same faculty. For example, Rob teaches every semester, David teaches pretty much every semester, but the topics change all the time. What do I need to do to be a part of it? Anybody can join as long as you're age 50 plus. I will tell you, I don't check IDs at the door. If you look 30 plus, we kind of go off of the same thing that if you try to buy alcohol in the state of Oklahoma, if you look 30 or more, you probably won't get ID. If you look under 30, you're going to get ID. Although again, I don't really check IDs. We just want people to come out and have a passion for learning, right? It's people that are curious about things. We're going to talk about our classes in a second, but we really want to get things that everybody wants. We want to kind of quench that thirst for knowledge. Membership is $55 a year. That's all you have to do. Our members pay that. Our membership runs on the really weird OU fiscal system, which is July 1 of 1 year through June 30th of the next. So you pay $55 for that, and that gives you the right to enroll in classes. It gives you a parking pass on the OU campus. use it to go to football game parking or anything like that, but we can't use it for Ollie parking. Being an Ollie member, it gives you the parking pass. We have some special events. We have a program every spring called Carnival, and it's not educational at all, but it's a lot of fun. We do it every single May. We invite all of our members, all of our faculty out. Anybody that wants to come can come. We have food trucks, and we eat lunch, and we have bingo and a cakewalk and music and stuff like that. So that's coming up. We try to do special events all year long. We've had some film festivals. We have special events. We have live performances, believe it or not. We go places. We do some day trips. We've gone to the First Americans Museum. Cal Hobson took us to the state capitol one day, had lunch in the rotunda. We got to go on the Senate floor, things like that. It was really cool. Recently, one of the classes just toured the Ledbetter House. If you're familiar with that, that's a long time. It was a Frank Lloyd Wright house. And it was an architecture class. They got to meet the house, which is real close to where we are right now, and go through that. And then we are partnering a lot with some regular campus folks for other programs and events such as Learn On. We've done that. I think 2 years in a row. This will be our third year to do that. The Teach-In, which is always based on the constitutional heritage. It's a great program. And then we partner with the Art Museum to do coffee with the collection. So we have a lot of fun stuff going on. I know a lot of these things don't cost anything, actually, they're just part of your membership. Okay, like I said, 50 classes a semester. No classes, no tests, no papers, no grades, all learning. They're offered in a variety of formats and topics. I have historically stayed away from health and aging issues. I feel like other areas in town and the community do that better than we do. So it's all stuff that you might see on the OU campus. It's political science, it's art, technology. We have a class on how to use the iPhone. We have music classes, literature classes, film classes. You name it, we've got it. And so we change them every single semester, but those are kind of our big ones. We've got book clubs and some other things, and new things that we don't get very often. So it's always nice to have something different and something for everyone. Our senior seminars, 2 types of Ollie classes. Our longer format is called senior seminars. They're 4 to 6 weeks in length. They're $50 a course in addition to your membership. We can do that on Zoom. We can do that at the Health Sciences Center in Oklahoma City. But we can do it here in Norman, where most of our classes are, and at the Adult Wellness Education Center. We meet once a week. It's about an hour and a half a piece. They're not hard to get into. The parking's really easy. It's right there by the building. We are south of the main campus, the classroom village, so you're not fighting for space in Dell Hall or anything like that. I will tell you that while we are south of the main campus and most of the students are a little bit north of us, they still ride their scooters like crazy down there. So you have to watch out for the kids on the scooters. But other than that, it's pretty simple. Some of the classes that we've got right now are Spanish Baroque art. Allison Palmer's a great art history professor who is teaching that in the summer. We have some classes coming up in the fall. Sports law, brand new class. That will be a great one. The Arts of China with Paul Bell. He was the former dean of Arts and Sciences. He teaches for us and does an outstanding job. Global political turbulence. And Rob is going to lead Arctic security again this fall. Rob does an outstanding job. There's a lot of work into his classes, and really those are just a lot of. I want to say fun, but I don't want to take anything away from the educational component because Rob knows his stuff. It's great to have faculty like Rob who have really been out in the field. They have been places, and bring that back into the classroom, and he is outstanding. Then we have the Morning Professor, like I said, that started in 1989, $5 in 89, $5 in 2025. Again, Zoom, Oklahoma City, Norman, AWE. Upcoming topics are on cryptocurrency. David Sabatini is going to do Abraham Lincoln, and I put his on there without even knowing he was going to be here. Rob's, I knew Rob would be here, so I put his on there, but David's I did not. But he is so popular. It's an amazing class, so we're always happy to have David do that one. We have one on dissolution of the monasteries and the evolution of intelligence. So those are what we've got coming up later this fall. let's talk a little bit about kind of the way the semester works. You all have, I think, on your table a spring catalog. And like I said, we're wrapping up spring, but we do have some things that haven't started yet, like the Spanish Baroque art class. I think there's a Broadway class that hasn't started yet. Anybody can be on our mailing list. So if you want to be on the mailing list and get the catalog, all you have to do is reach out to me. And if I'm going over time, I need to look at my clock. So I'm going to just yank me off this area. Rob will be happy to do that, I'm sure. And so we have all of those coming up. Yes, sir, I see you. Hannah.
Yeah, so, where I work is I work with an aging population, but they are low income. A lot of them SSI, SSDI. Do you guys do any like scholarships or anything like that for people who can't afford the 55 for the membership?
We do, and that's a great question, Elliott, so thank you. Yes, we have a gentleman and his wife years ago endowed a scholarship program for us. They have both since passed away, but we have money. So I never want money to be a barrier for people not taking our classes. So we award scholarships every single year. So if somebody needs that, please have them reach out. It's just free. It's easy to do. We have a small committee that reviews and pretty much approves everything that comes across their desk. So that's great. If we have run out of scholarship money, which we never really do, but if for some reason we do, and people need a little bit of help, we will help them get into the classes that they want. Yes, ma'am.
My husband's Roy now, but he's a complete devotee. Okay, but one item we left out, fellowship. This is, Roy knows men and women now, all across campus, all across town, and he gets so much out of it, those friendships and interests.
Yeah, thank you, and that is a big part of it. The socialization is very important. While the classes are mostly lecture-based, there is a lot of discussion, and I think, I don't want to speak for Rob, but I would imagine his class has got some veterans that are in there, and they can give some life stories when they're going back and forth about what they're doing. These catalogs come out twice a year, once for fall semester classes and once for spring semester classes, and all of our members get them. We're probably in the 700 or 800 person member range. A lot of them will get these, they'll call each other, they will go to the Mont. I know we joke about this at our table, but it really is true. They go to the Mont and they pick out the classes that they want. It takes a couple of swirls for them to get through to figure out the classes. But that is a big part of it. Nationwide, it's very important that the socialization is there, so thanks for that. Let's see, what else? We talked about parking, we talked about locations. We talked about the importance of lifelong learning. Questions that I can answer other than what we've had so far. It's fun and easy. The mornings with the professor are a great way to get started. If you're kind of, well, I'm not really sure if I want to do this, come to one of those. It's a one and done kind of thing. You pay $5, you walk in the door, you listen to great folks like David or Rob or whoever, and then you're done. And then if you want to do more, that's great. We're happy to have everybody. Yes, sir.
So, how do you pay? Do you pay online, or can you just bring cash?
I work at the University of Oklahoma, so cash works for me. We will take money any way you want it. We do have an online way to do it. That's a great question. We have an online registration. I will tell you, it is not the easiest system to use. So I think the best way to do it is if you look in this book, right in the very middle is a registration page. So you can take that, you can fill that out, you can mail it in, you can bring it in to me, you can call on the phone to the registration department, and you can call them and they can do it over the phone for you, which is probably the easiest way to do it. And then once you do that, you'll get your parking pass, you'll get everything you need to come to class. We're in constant communication with members, special events, even though I didn't talk a whole lot about this, OU has got something going on all the time. And so they are very aware of the OLLI program. All the people that work on campus tend to reach out to us and say, hey, could you please invite your members to this event or that event? That's a constant thing, we just wanted to come. I think there was a book signing a couple days ago with President Harris and a special guest. Yesterday afternoon, they had a big presentation, maybe this afternoon, with David Levy, who is kind of the OU's unofficial historian, right? And he's finally stepping away, unfortunately, from the university, so that had a big thing for him. So Dave, go ahead, Dave.
Curious about repeat customers. Do you have people that sign up year after year that demonstrate the value of the continuing program?
We do, yeah. A lot of our members are returnees, repeat offenders, as we like to call them sometimes. We want people to come back. We want people to take classes. So yeah, we get a lot of folks. I know David is in here. He would hopefully say nice things about the program. He's come to some classes. So word of mouth is powerful, but yeah, we do get a lot of folks that come back every year. Yes, sir.
And then a quick follow-up question. When will the fall catalog be available?
So they are literally being printed as we speak. They should be in mailboxes the second week of May. So coming up. And our fall semester runs July 1 through the end of December. So we'll have some late summer classes that you'll see as well. Yes, sir.
We signed up now, if we sign up now, will it still be $55 for the last 2 months, or?
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of wiggle room. I'm a bit bound by the OSHER Foundation in California on that deal. We don't prorate memberships. We're not really set up to do that. So it's 55. But what I would tell you is, if there was one of the classes that are coming up that are going to hit before June 30th, I'm not going to make you pay 55 now and 55 again on July 1st. So if you pay 55 now, we'll start you in July, and we'll let you come to those classes without membership right now. But don't tell the OSHER Foundation. Anything else? Yes, sir.
Does David wear his top hat here during his classes?
You're going to have to come and see and find out. All right, thanks very much.
That was wonderful. I'm going to try to sneak in at a little bit under 50 maybe for a class or two. I did forget to let Craig make a quick announcement. You want to come up here, Craig?
Sure.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Charlie horse.
It's tough when you get older. We are giving away Nooks starting tomorrow. We have a few slots still open if you want to go out to the Sonic Genius I sent out last Friday. There's a few slots, actually, there's one of them tomorrow, if anyone wants to go to Adams tomorrow.
No one else does that.
Okay, you go to Adams, and then there's a couple more. You go to Adams? Okay. Randy's going to Adams, and there's a couple more next week. And then we're going to start, I believe, right after that. There's one next week, and there's one May. Next week's May 2nd, right? Friday. Okay, I think we're going to get some bikes away on May 9th. Maybe if we can take bikes. So anyway, so if you look at the last of the year, we're going to start maybe at May 9th, go all the way through the end of the school year, which is May 23rd, I believe. Giving away bikes and Nooks at that time. So, all right, thank you.
All right, and with that, I'd like to thank our guests for coming today, Chris. Thanks for being here, and Chris and John and Holly and Mary. Thank y'all for coming. I hope you're interested in our club. And please make sure you welcome our new member, Elliott, on your way out today, and try to sit with them sometime soon. And appreciate everyone being here today, and we'll see you at happy hour tonight at the Lodge.